And good afternoon here at Central Maine Community College. Greg Glynn with you on Munzig Media Sports as we get ready for the Mustangs taking on the Cougars from Fort Kent. We're joined right now by Allie Nonowitz, and obviously is one of the big players on this team. You guys are getting ready for the season, first game of the year. Tell me what you guys are thinking heading into this one.
We're going into it strong. We're not going to back off. We're not going to go light on them. We've been preparing for them all preseason and all this past week, and we're ready.
What are some of the things that you guys have worked on maybe in practice specifically over the last, few weeks?
We've been working on triangle passing, making cuts, off-ball movement, all that stuff, just speed in general because they're a very fast team.
There's a lot of talk about Fort Kent, as you said, very well known. They have a great reputation. Talk to me about maybe 2 or 3 keys here today.
One of the biggest key is probably just passing, moving, not staying still. Our defense has really got to be strong as well as our offense in midfield. We can't slack in any area of the field.
All right, sounds good. That's a preview here from Allie Nonowitz. We appreciate you joining us today. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we will come back with more here on Munzig Media Sports.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
When I walked through these doors, I was just blown away.
This is insane. It just caught my attention immediately.
This is the first place that I've seen like this decked out. It's pretty sweet.
This is a grand opening for our esports arena. We're talking 1,600 square feet of pure technology.
Like, I'm shaking being here. It's so cool.
There's nothing like it in Maine. We're ahead of the curve here.
It's definitely a big market, something you can make a living on.
I've always had an interest in esports.
So we're treating it like an extension of our athletic program. And then in addition to that, we're starting an esports management degree program.
It's just a different community for me to be a part of.
It really just helps me just be myself. It's just really fun.
This will bring students together. That's what's happening, and that's what esports is.
To me, it's beautiful, and I want to live here.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life.
The Mustangs will start the season today here against Fort Kent. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Greg Glynn with you here on Munzig Media as we get ready for the Mustangs to start the 2022 season as they take on the Fort Kent Cougars today. The Cougars coming in, they've already started their season, and they are looking to build on their 1-0 record. Two teams being introduced here today at the athletic complex here in Auburn. A beautiful day for soccer here at Central Maine Community College as we get ready for this one again between the Mustangs and the Cougars. The Mustangs have not played a game yet. They did have some exhibition action, but they are going to look to try and get off to a good start against Fort Kent here today.
Why don't we take a look at the Mustang, Zach, and swing over there a little bit to give our folks at home that are watching. Glad you could join us here on a beautiful day. We know lots of folks away. Hope you're able to find the games. We're everywhere, Facebook, YouTube, as well as on the Boxcast app.
Rob Munzing joins me as these teams get introduced. And, Rob, obviously this is always a unique game, right? It's the start of the season, and you never know what you're going to get. And obviously these two teams being introduced. And we've talked, obviously, a little bit earlier in this afternoon, if you caught our pregame interview with Allie Nonowitz. Great for her to be able to help with
Hey, Dave, we got a problem with the officials.
and all this awesome environment at Central Maine Community College.
This is actually not even safe. If somebody comes here to play a ball, they run the
So
I know, I just where you told us this half hour ago.
I just never seen him. I thought he was doing the pregame, and I said he's going to be here during the game.
So we're getting ready for game time here today as the Mustangs take on Fort Kent. Mustangs going to be introduced here.
Just be careful of all the color.
Help them. So two teams being introduced as Fort Kent on the other side. They'll be introduced here shortly as we get ready for game time. And right now, two teams looking to try and start their seasons. Obviously, as we said, Fort Kent already underway, but for Central Maine, they are looking to, of course, do well here in the Yankee Small Conference. As we talk about this team, there are more teams that have already had a game, interestingly enough. NHTI has played a game. They're 1-0 along with Paul Smith's College, Vermont Tech. Central Maine Community College in third place, technically, here in the Yankee Small College Conference. And ready to start the campaign here today. Teams being introduced. Beautiful day here at Central Maine Community College. Temperature in the upper 70s, sunshine expected most of the afternoon, and we'll step aside for the anthem.
Okay, Zach, you want to swing out to get the captains here in front? We apologize, as you saw on the fly, producing here. It's 2 seconds before we're set to go. The official says, you can't be here. I've been here since 11:30. So, we do set up very close to the field. And, of course,
always going to go safety first. So we did move back, but how many games have we done here? We've done probably 12 games here. Never had a problem, and all of a sudden today it was. But, hey.
We're going to get you as close to the action as possible, we promise.
We're flexible.
Yeah, as we get ready here today, obviously an exciting day and a beautiful day here on campus in Auburn, Maine, as the Mustangs get ready to start the season. And really is going to be an exciting year for this team as they come into the year led by Rob Rodriguez, and what he has been able to do with this program is also really exciting when you look at his career and the program here that they have at Central Maine. It is going to be a good year for them. They're looking forward to some of their transfer players. They actually have Audrey Dillman, who's a sophomore transfer from UMaine Augusta. She's a good defender for them. They also are excited about another freshman defender in Madison Turcotte as well. They've had a lot of injuries, though, Rob. That's one thing this team has certainly dealt with out of the gate. When you look down their lineup today, scratches include Chloe Dean, Natalie Tracy, Jalen Woods, Maya Hu, also Macy Fletcher, all out of the lineup today and will not go for the Mustangs. But that gives a chance here for some of these players right out of the gate to show themselves and prove themselves.
Well, one of the things that Coach Rob Rodriguez talked about in the men's game, he came on at halftime yesterday, and we talked to him about that. He says he's got one of the largest squads that he's had in recent memory here as he's been building this program up. So he thought he had about 24 viable athletes to be able to play, and that's a tremendous advantage here, particularly as you related, Greg, some injuries and things of that sort. So, you've got to get through a long season. Preseason's tough because you're working hard, often doubles. You may get some pulls and things of that sort. One of the beautiful features here in this beautiful turf down here at the field complex is the fact that you don't run into the shin splints that you would on an old regular field. I mean, that used to be a concern of mine in football. We'd be pounding on those double sessions and things of that sort. You get those injuries. But you get your pulls. One of the things we saw yesterday, Greg, in the men's game is several cases of cramps due to hydration. So Coach Rodriguez was here. I'm sure he's been talking to his ladies about making sure that they are well hydrated. I'm sure both teams. UMaine 4 Kent was here very early. I got here about 11:15, and they were already here. And Patrick Dexler tells me they showed up about 11 and just kind of chilled out a little bit. And long drive down from northern Maine. I talked to one of the young ladies, and she said they were on the bus ready to go
And we are ready to go. So we are underway here at Central Maine Community College, and out of the gate here, it'll be the Cougars in their road gray uniforms today with the darker green, blackish numbers that you see, and they'll move from right to left. And for the Central Maine Mustangs in their traditional home white uniforms with the bottom red colors and the red numbers here this afternoon. Glad you're with us here on Munzing Media Sports as the Mustangs look to try and control this ball on the far side of the field. Kicked across the pitch there and trickling toward the sideline. Good play to keep it alive by Audrey Ochoa, and then cleared back across midfield. Good solid strike there by Audrey Dillman. Sends it high into the air on the far side of the field. Fight for the ball there as Allie Nonowitz tries to knock it forward. She joined us during the pregame show and a great chat with her about the upcoming season, some of the things they've been working on. And, Rob, she talked about passing, and she talked about trying to get that early chemistry going.
Yeah, Allie, well-spoken young lady. We're going to have a player interview for all the games this year. One of the things that we're going to add to, we started doing it for baseball and softball in the spring, and it was really popular. So we're going to do it again, all fall sports.
Great opportunity for these athletes to be able to show some of their personality. I always enjoy hearing their insights as well. They know the team is best. So comes back now behind the midfield line as Fort Kent will regroup here. They'll send it all the way back. And Isabel Kiljan will try and send it over. This ball was intercepted by Lake and Hink, and it'll deflect over to the near side and out of bounds. Good effort there by the Mustangs, putting on the pressure. They caught the Cougars a little off guard. Cougars coming in with a 5-0 win against Maine Maritime on Sunday. And this is a highly touted program at Fort Kent and is one of the top teams certainly in the state of Maine. As it comes back over on the near side, kicked ahead, good header there. Back the other way by Nelia Mendoza. Battle for the ball here. Two players converge, solid collision as Amelie Sungawa trying to make a play on it. Now back right-hand side, this is Sorois. Sorois looking to get a shot off, and a strong strike there. Kiljan comes up with a save.
Mustangs traveled down to take on Maine Maritime in a scrimmage. So I'm sure there was a lot of in and outs and not keeping really score there for that. So they do have somewhat of a common opponent.
And that was a 1-0 loss during that scrimmage as the ball comes back over on the near side of the pitch. Taken by Thornburg. They'll work it back now. Maxwell gets the ball back at the midfield circle. Cleared ahead, offensive chance here. Right side of the pitch. And Fort Kent continues to put on the pressure. Coming over to make a play there was the Mustangs defense as they try and get things going here. Brittany Thompson with a good offensive opportunity for Fort Kent. This one will go out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Want to stress that the on-field clock is not working today, so we do have a clock for you on our scoreboard. It is unofficial, and yesterday the officials were able to help us out and give us the time. I'm a little afraid to ask that guy for anything.
As the ball comes back into the Mustangs' end here, trying to clear it out. Good offensive chance here again for Fort Kent. They've been on fire here. Romero this time leading the way. Crossed over now. Here's No with a long shot that goes wide of the right post. Some overcast clouds here this afternoon as these two teams play today. Rain expected a little bit later this afternoon, hoping to squeeze this one in as the Mustangs here will clear on the goal kick. Sent back out to midfield, controlled now by the Mustangs. Amelie Shungawa trying to make a play on it, back over to the far side of the field. This one sent out of bounds. Audrey Ochoa will take it. The throw in comes in, controlled there on the toe by Sophia No. A solid strike, the cross into the box, and the kick there over the net by Chelsea Thornburg. Good opportunity there inside the 18. Just couldn't get that one down low. So it'll be a goal kick upcoming here for the Mustangs. All cleared up to midfield. Now it'll roll down just outside the box. Near side, Thornburg with it. Her cross all the way over to the far side of the pitch. Dillman now will bring it back up the field. Left-hand side. Battle for position. Down goes Dillman hard. And it'll stay with the Mustangs here as they get the ball on the restart. This ball cleared out. Caitlin Baker with a good solid strike to get it up past midfield. This ball will come over to the near side, played there by Thornburg, who uses good body position to get it on the near side wing, is jumping into the play as Mendoza. Up along the left-hand side. And now Fort Kent trying to get inside the box, unable to do so there. It comes all the way back now again, outside, and looking to try and work it out is Maxwell. This time across in front, a chance right on the doorstep here for Fort Kent as they try and get something going just past the far side post. A great opportunity there, the best we've seen today on the shot by Brittany Thompson.
Yeah, it looked like Thompson was going to lose it at the end line, but she was able to keep it in. But she didn't have a good enough angle to score, so when she got the foot on it, it skirted right across the goal line and went wide. So best scoring chance so far, as Greg said, on the day. It's the Bengals.
And this one cleared over on the goal kick. by the goalie today for the Mustangs, Emma Johnson. All cleared back out now.
We saw Emma in goal a lot last year, had a really solid season. Multi-sport athlete, also came out and played spring softball. Of course, she can't play fall softball. She's busy here. Her
That's right.
number one is soccer, but she was a valuable member of the spring softball team as well. And Emma's a really multi-sport athlete, as a lot of these girls are, but it's hard at the college level to play more than one.
Yeah, as this shot goes wide and out of bounds. This will be another goal kick upcoming, and we'll get another look here at Emma Johnson.
Unlike yesterday's game, this is a counting game on the schedule for the year. Yesterday's men's game was an exhibition game. This is a non-conference game, and a big one because, as you said, Greg, UMaine Fort Kent's going to be a power.
Absolutely. They've got a great reputation and a strong program here as the Mustangs try and see where they stack up early on in the season. This one coming in on the toe of Thornburg and deflected out of bounds. So we are going to see an opportunity right now for Fort Kent with an upcoming corner kick. Wind today blowing a bit in their face here on this corner kick.
Yeah, so find the ball, Zach. I know it's hard down the sideline. We get blocked out a little bit. As you can see, we're right on the field. And not that welcome today. We had to scramble and move everything back.
This ball comes back outside now as they get possession on the corner and get the shot off. A nice save there right out of the gate from Emma Johnson.
Yeah, Emma skied for that one, Greg. That was well done.
So now the ball over on the far side, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And so on the restart here, they'll get this ball just about outside that box area, and it almost turns into a short version of a corner. This one now into the box and cleared away. Fort Kent will maintain possession. Comes back outside to Maxwell. Maxwell trying to get a toe on it, also along with Ross. Julia Ross there as the ball knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Great to always see some of the other Mustang athletes helping out on the sidelines with the balls when they go out of bounds. Great athletic program here with athletic director Dave Gagne, who does a great job. As the Mustangs throw it back in. Stolen away, though, on the far side of the field by Julia Ross. Ross here trying to juggle the ball and get it back over on the near side of the field. Dribbling with it right in front of us is Mendoza. Mendoza throws it back to the middle of the field. Handled there by Maxwell, one of the captains for this Fort Kent team. Back over near side now to Mendoza, up along the near sideline. Handled there by Thornburg. Thornburg crosses it. Back out to midfield. Again, this is Thornburg trying to give and go here as that one rolls out of bounds. Comes along the near sideline on the throw-in. Body contact there, no call as it goes back over on the far side. Played there by Maxwell. Now Mendoza up along the near side. This is Thornburg. Thornburg looking toward the middle. Distributes quickly. And then cleared away nicely there by the defense of Molly Sungawa. Played over to the far side of the field. Goals for this Mustangs team this season. Make it to the Yankee Small Conference Final Four and advance to the championship game. They've set their goals high. They also would like to finish with a USCAA national ranking above 5. They reached number 5 last year. As the ball continues to come toward the Mustangs box area here as they work it around. Fort Kent, Maxwell now with it. Spins off her foot and out of bounds.
As we said, the Bengals, long drive down. I think most of their away games are long drives, but they have put together a stellar program up there at Fort Kent. Both men's and women's programs.
So this will be a chance here now for Emma Johnson on the goal kick. Deflected and controlled by Thornburg. Now down low on the left-hand side of the box for No. Twinkle toes it to try and get it out in front, and then it is end up knocking out of bounds. This is going to end up being a corner kick.
First 5 minutes back and forth. I would say since that time, Greg, the field has tilted in favor of the Bengals down to our left.
Bengals,
no score.
I was going to say the Bengals have carried most of the play here in the early going. And we'll get another chance here on this corner kick. Bengals offense today being led by Angel Maxwell, one of their top players. And see what they come up with here on this corner. This one across the box and a header. That one came off the head of No. Rebound is pushed back outside to the top of the box. Now near wing, picked up by Thornburg. Gets it over on this side of the box where the cross comes from Hernandez and cleared away by the Mustangs. The Bengals will retreat back into their own side of the field as Mendoza sends it back all the way down to Salzwedel. Nearly gave it away, and this is going to end up going out of bounds. So the Mustangs put on some good pressure here, Rob.
Yeah, forced turnover right there as the Mustangs, after good clear out, get into the offensive end with two players and cause the side out. So their best field position here in the last several minutes. Got a throw in.
This one comes in, thrown in nicely there by Emily Shrangawa. And now back, another opportunity here for the Mustangs.
May hear me doing some coaching here of our cameraman, Zach. I'm going to ask him to check the neutral density filter, see if it's flashing at all. It's good. As we get changeable skies here, that can wreak havoc with our picture.
30-33 to go here in this first half. As this cross comes on the corner, and a good header there, as both players got a head on it and then cleared away by Fort Kent. Bengals now looking to try and get it across midfield. Dribbling with it is Thompson. Burst of speed here. Bumped off the play a bit by Audrey Dillman. Ends up there on the foot of Julia Ross, and a shot there goes wide.
Yeah, Johnson covered that far post very well. I think had it been on that far post, she would have made a spectacular save.
She was right there in position.
Want to let our fans know our replay not working. I think it got thrown out of kilter when we had to take the whole production table and move it back about 6 feet. So I think it knocked replay out. We'll try to fix that at halftime.
As Emma Johnson, the goalkeeper, a sophomore at 5'8" from Monmouth Academy, sends it back out to midfield. Back over now as the Mustangs here try and get it out of their own end. Deflected away on the defensive side. Nice job there. Played by Audrey Dillman, her second year out of Oak Hill High School. Controlled again now by the Bengals as they look to try and get another opportunity here from the top of the right-hand side on a shot, and Johnson comes up with a save. This ball cleared high into the air. Bounces back down where it's headed there by Salzwedel and ends up back on the far side of the field. Mustangs will pursue it here. Maya Royce over there. Works it back outside now. They'll try and get something going here. Under 30 minutes to go here in this first half. Glad you're with us here on Munzing Media Sports. Greg Glynn and Rob Munzing with you in a scoreless tie so far between the Mustangs and the Bengals. Chance here now for Thornburg. Pushes it ahead. Thompson able to get behind the defense. Puts on the brakes, tries to dribble through traffic, and Johnson comes out to grab the loose ball.
Well, on that last goal kick, you saw Johnson really get a foot into it and change the field. What a great advantage that is for Coach Rodriguez to have a goal tender who's got such a strong leg.
Mustangs here looking to get their offense going. They've had a few chances here today. The Bengals carrying most of the play in the early going. As the ball pinballs around at midfield.
Well, how do you get better as a program, Greg? You got to play the best, and that's what the Mustangs have taken on in this non-conference game.
Foul there against Julia Noel. Leads to a free kick here for the Bengals. Hustling to the ball on the near side as Nancy Martin makes the play on it. Now scooped up there by Thornburg. Thornburg dribbling her way to the top of the box. Kicks it back out to No with a sharp shot. Oh, man, and just past the post. But again, Emma Johnson would have been there on that very sharp shot toward the corner. They're threatening. They've got some good legs out there.
Yeah,
they're going for the far posts.
The call from the Bengals bench after that effort was just keep doing what we're doing. And so far the Mustangs have been penned back a little bit, but that's okay. They haven't given up anything. I think probably Coach Rodriguez is pretty happy with this score so far. Remember, against Maine Maritime, the Bengals end up winning that way. I think you said 5-0. Yeah.
Yep.
5-0, as we say in soccer, right?
Yeah. As it goes back over to the far side of the field, they definitely have an active goaltender in Isabel Kiljan as she clears this over to the far side of the field. And obviously, it depends on your personality a little bit of how active your keeper might be, but she certainly early on has shown that she is not afraid to jump into the play and help out at the defensive end. Ball on the far side of the field, controlled right now by Julia Ross. Back over to Maxwell. Sent ahead now, chasing after it. Here's Thompson. Thompson puts on the brakes, throws it back out now to No. Lets it go. Here's a chance for Martin on a high shot that goes over the crossbar.
We wisely started this a little bit early because of weather conditions coming in, and hopefully we'll be able to get through this and pack up before the showers come. Looks like a rainy Labor Day tomorrow. Giving everybody a day off, Greg. No work tomorrow.
Mustangs working hard right now against Fort Kent, trying to keep them off the board. Here's a chance on the far side for Ross. Ross jumps over the defender, but lost it in the process. That was a great defensive effort there by the Mustangs to be able to come back on that play and force Ross to not control the ball, rolls out of bounds, ends up being a goal kick with 24:42 to go here in the first half.
Unofficial.
Scoreless so far. Wind in the face there, by the way, for Johnson, kicking into the wind here in the first half. Ball spins over to the near sideline. Handled there by Thornburg. Broken up nicely there by Hink for the Mustangs. Hink tries a pass there. That was intercepted by Sophia No. They'll go back all the way now to Salzwedel. Crosses it back on the far side of the field to Hernandez. They'll get it all the way to the far side of the pitch before it's nearly broken up there by the Mustangs. Hernandez now works it across midfield to Thompson. Two players collide, and we'll see a foul here against the Mustangs. So it'll be Fort Kent, the Bengals, looking to try and get something going on this free kick. Players will get situated here.
Yeah, I think one of the big changes that incoming freshmen see is the physicality that is allowed in the collegiate game. That one was an obvious foul, but when you talk to the young kids, that's what they notice. That and the speed of the game.
And this one comes into the box on the left-hand side. Mustangs trying to clear it away. We'll see if there was contact there. Yes, there was, so it'll stay with the Mustangs. And they'll get a throw-in here. Maddie Turcotte will take it. some of the best players on this team. Rob mentioned Emma Johnson earlier, the sophomore goalkeeper we talked a lot about already today. She was a member of the 2021 YSCC All-Conference team. Allie Nonowitz, who we talked with before the game, one of their top defenders, also will be playing mid and a forward as well. So she can, utility player, and she does great interviews. So
yes.
Jack of all trades. As this ball comes back out to Fort Kent.
Yeah, Fort Kent, the Bengals like to use that precision passing game back in their own end.
Yeah. And they spread out the field. That's another thing here as they center this one in front. Shot, score! Redirected in front on the tip by Thornburg. And all of a sudden the Bengals have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, nothing Johnson can do on that one as that was deflected up and over her. She was in position to make the initial save. But just a beautiful touch in front and deflection up and in 1-0 Bengals.
So the Bengals, Chelsea Thornburg gets the goal and puts the Bengals on the board. Her first here today. And now the Mustangs will be playing from behind. And it is deflected over the near sideline.
Are you keeping track of the time? Yeah, I got less than 22.
Comes back over near side. Good touch there from the Mustangs. Aiken Hink able to keep it in and stolen away by Sophia No. Over on the far side of the pitch. Maxwell takes it. They'll spread it out here. Back over on the far side of the field. It'll roll out of bounds. We'll get our first substitutions coming into the game here. McKenna Redstone checks in for the Mustangs. Coming into the game for the Bengals. Asio Akonabre. Also coming into the game, Anna McLaughlin. And Dora Kakari. And they'll have the throw-in on the far side of the field. Getting ready to put it back into play there is Audrey Ochoa, the senior.
Mr. Referee, sir, would
Ochoa now set ready to throw it back in. And bounces into the box here. Dangerous spot there. Thornburg gets a foot on it, and it goes wide of the net. It'll roll out of bounds here, and it'll end up being a goal kick.
20 in? No, 20 remaining. 20 remaining.
Well, 20 minutes remaining here in the first half as the Mustangs will get an upcoming goal kick. First game of the season for the Mustangs.
So, although our time is unofficial, we're pretty close to it. So we just got a call for 20, just a little under 20 minutes.
No stoppage time yet this first half either, as the ball goes over to the far side of the pitch. Bounces now back out to the top of the box. Here's a chance for Fort Kent on a soft shot that is stopped there by Johnson. Talk about some of the other players on this Mustangs team that expected to be contributors. Lincoln Hink, a sophomore transfer from the University of Southern Maine. One of the midfielders and forwards. She played in all 19 games as a freshman for USM.
Yeah, I remember seeing her here when we did the 2 games that we did here last year.
We're also high on Julia Noel as this shot comes in and Johnson makes a save. She'll be a junior this year, as Noel also a defender and midfielder. Ball comes over on the near sideline. Keeping it in there was Turcotte. And back out now to midfield. Kakari makes the play over to Mendoza. Mendoza troubled there from behind by Hink. Bengals here with possession. Kicked up to midfield. Battle for it there as it rolls back across midfield. Nice job by the Mustangs to get it ahead. Here comes Hink with it. Trying to feed it through the defense, trying to get it to Soroy. Soroy pursues the ball, but it's cleared away by Kiljan. Strong header there by Noel to get it back for the Mustangs. Bounces high into the air on the far side of the pitch. Fort Kent again controls it as they get more substitutions ready to check in. This ball comes back now to Kiljan. Has to be careful with it. Good pursuit there by Soroy. Good touch along that far side as the Bengals look to try and bring it up to midfield. Ochoa has it. Lends it off for Maxwell. Triangular passing here, gets it back out to midfield. They'll spin it back around to Maxwell. Near side to Kakari. Across the stripe as they work into the defensive end here. A chance now coming in for Karkarza with a shot. Saved by Johnson.
Good work, ISO. Good job, Gisela. Next one.
Okay, so Anko Hanabar able to make that play on it to get that all started. And now it'll be the Mustangs trying to get it back the other way. That one cleared over on the far side of the field out of bounds by kind of Redstone. It was redirected, so it'll stay here with the Mustangs. So they'll get a throw in here.
We've seen both coaches use several substitutes. Already both teams have subbed, and they'll sub some more. 81 degrees and a little muggy here.
Yep. Well, you talked about it earlier. I think you made a great point in the fact that the conditioning for the men's game, and same thing applies here today, especially first game of the season. You know, it's one thing to, as you know, practice, but as game ready as you can be, you never sometimes can be as what you think it's going to be.
Well, a little fortunate today. There's a little cloud cover. Yesterday, that big ball in the sky was out, making everybody feel the heat and humidity a little bit.
Here's a chance now for Fort Kent as they come back up the field. The Bengals now looking to get across midfield. Far side controlled by Maxwell. Dillman now crosses it back across the pitch. Held there by Thornburg. Back now for the Bengals as they try and regroup. Kicked over to the far side of the field by Dora Kakari. They really like to spread it out. They get it back on that far side. And now it'll be Ochoa trying to move it forward. Able to connect there on the far side with Carranza. Here's a chance now, far side. Save there by Johnson. Got a foot on it. And able to make the save, but we'll see substitutions coming in. We'll also see a corner kick upcoming. Checking into the game, Emma Knowles for the Mustangs, along with Katie Bluen. We'll see a goaltending change for Fort Kent. Dominique Monroy Valadez will come in as the keeper.
Might be just a case of getting her some action in here. Maybe they're going to split the game and each play in each half. We'll see.
This corner kick into the box. High, redirected back out to the top, and a quick shot there by Carranza. Never got through. And redirected back out to midfield. A touch there that nearly is intercepted by the Mustangs. Back the other way. Chance now here for the Mustangs to try and get it back the other direction. Picked up on the far side by Bluen. Bluen dribbles and tried to pass to connect there with Knowles and just couldn't get it to her. This is redirected back across midfield. Here comes Fort Kent again on the far side of the pitch. Dribbling with it is Carranza. Runs into the defender in Noel, and then a collision along the end line. A very physical play, but this is going to result in a corner kick.
Coach Rodriguez with his arms out saying, hey, wait a minute.
I think he's got a good case there.
I do too.
So it'll end up being a corner kick. Kakari will come over to take it for the Bengals. They'll get set up here inside the 18. The kick here from Kakari, back outside the box, cleared away by the Mustangs, and they'll have to retreat back into their own end here to pick up this loose ball. Stolen away by Thornburg. Her cross back outside to the top of the box. Played there by the Bengals, and a quick shot on, long one from Ochoa, is saved there by Johnson. Ball comes back over on the near side of the pitch. Thornburg able to get possession here for the Bengals. She'll play it back now to Lawrence. Now to Hernandez. Up ahead to Kakari. Ochoa along that far sideline. Carranza works it to the wing. Carranza's going to get it back along the end line. Chip shot into the box. That'll trickle all the way back over to the near sideline. Foot race for it, and it's cleared away by the Mustangs, and it'll stay here with Fort Kent. The Bengals will get a throw-in.
Taking a look behind me for the first time, Greg, here, and nice crowd has filled it into the banks, and some of the other athletes down on the field. Some of the other coaches here at Central Maine are here as well to support women's soccer. See Coach Andrew Morong here.
Always great support from all the other athletes here at Central Maine Community College. Something I've noticed throughout the time doing many different games and broadcasts is the athletes always come out to support each other. Such an important part of having a good team culture, and that's what's something that Dave Gagne talks a lot about.
Yes,
at
absolutely.
CMCC is the family element that you have, and it's on display here today for sure. So it'll be an upcoming throw-in here for Maddie Turcotte. Throws it over the head of the defender. Great throw in there to get it to Hink. Moved ahead now, coming back the other way. Ackenbard looking to try and move it ahead here. It's stolen away on the far side by Nonowitz. Fort Kent will keep it. Sent in by Anna McLaughlin. This one sent toward the box, redirected, and trickler toward the near sideline. Foot race for it. Thornburg able to get over there first. Here's a shot that goes over the crossbar. Quick substitution here for the Mustangs. Maddie Drew will come into the game. Maddie Drew replacing Allie Nonowitz, the sophomore out of Turner, went to Leavitt Area High School. Madison Drew fresh into the game. The freshman out of Sabattis went to Oak Hill High School, getting a chance to get a toe on it here early. As it goes over to the far side corner, Audrey Dillman chases after it, falls down on the play, and the ball goes over to the far side of the field. It'll stay with the Mustangs as they get ready to clear it with under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-0 in favor of Fort Kent. Only goal of the game so far today belongs to Chelsea Thornburg. Our first here today as the Fort Kent Bengals got off to a good start here about midway through this first half, but the Mustangs defense has been stingy today. Very good against this Fort Kent offense. Here's a chance now for the Mustangs as they bring it the other way. This is Knowles up ahead on the right-hand side to Bluen. Bluen looking to try and cross it, and nothing doing there. Chance here to follow the play now for Shangawa. Shangawa looking to try and get something going out over on the far side to Hink. And tripped up there was Noelle. She's slow to get up. The captain for this Mustangs team. So look at a free kick here. Julia Noel, a junior at 5'5", went to Oak Hill High School. A lot of Oak Hill athletes on this women's soccer team.
No, that's what we're fond of saying up here, Maine, right, kind of right down the road.
Yeah.
Right down the road.
Is this one a good solid strike that will go wide of the post, but a good solid kick there from Caitlin Baker.
Want to congratulate the Mustangs golf team as they're coming off a win at NHTI. Congratulations to the golfers. They're just getting going in their program, so that's fantastic for them.
My golf game's just getting going, too. I've only been playing 20 years.
Mine up and left.
So the Mustangs here have to retreat back to get the ball. Racing after it is Maddie Drew. And deflected over on the far side. This will roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Bengals.
I had my rotator cuff repaired by Dr. Mancini, and he says, you know, you'll be able to play golf now. I said, well, I don't know what kind of operation this is, but you know what? I've never been able to play before.
All right, so volleyball today, going to be at, they got 2 wins already earlier. They've got a 3-0 win and a 3-1 win over Southern Maine Community College, so another win against NH. So they're off to a good start as well. So a lot of good offense from all the teams here on the Mustangs campus.
Yeah, men's tied 3-3 with St. Joe's in the game that you saw yesterday. We'll have volleyball next Saturday as they're going to take on Southern Maine as one of the teams. And Patrick will tell me who else. Fort Kent will be back down. We'll have both those matches. Jim Toomey on the call for that. We'll also concurrently be doing soccer out here on the athletic field complex. So lots going on. I just checked the weather. They said light rain by 4 o'clock, so let's play on. 5:40 here. They will have to get a read on halftime. They may condense halftime a little bit to get this in, as I'm sure Dave Gagne is looking at the radar as well.
Good header there for the Bengals. Terrence Lawrence trying to keep this play alive. Comes over on the near sideline. Dribbling and out of bounds there. Thornburg just couldn't keep it in. Great defense there by Emma Knowles.
Ooh. Stay with us at halftime. Patrick Dexler will join us at halftime. Talk a little bit about some of the contests he's been tracking today for the Mustangs, as well as talking about coverage for baseball and softball, which Patrick helps us out here on Muncie Media.
Fort Kent here trying to get the offense going. Patrick Dexter does a great job with us here today in the booth. Ball goes down the left-hand side and will trickle off the end line. So the Mustangs will get possession here. See some girls over on the sideline rolling out, as they say now, and that's another one way to keep fresh on the sidelines. And very big now, big trend. Actually started by the TB12 method a little bit as well, all the rolling that Tom Brady does. People trying to pick up some tips, you know. And they are doing that to stay active on the sideline today as they get ready to come back into the game here. And there, as we said, tough roster for the Mustangs right now. They got a deep roster, so they can go to their bench, and that could be a factor here as we get later into this game. Here's a chance now for Knowles as she tries to tow it ahead. Able to get some space. Back over now. Here's Bluen with it again. Bluen. And that ball redirected. Back over to Turcotte. Turcotte trying to do something with it, but instead ends up now back on the toes here for the Bengals as they look to try and work it across midfield. Ackenbar able to get it ahead left-hand side to Thornburg. Far side of the pitch. Stroud. Over far side. Now to McLaughlin. Couldn't do anything with it.
Just about.
To Johnson.
Just about 3 minutes, Greg. And we're pretty close to the official time here, as we've been checking in with the referee, and we should be within seconds.
Ball comes over the near sideline, controlled there by Lawrence. Works it back over to the far side to Hernandez. Now Stroud over to the right-hand side to McLaughlin. Mustangs able to try and get it back across midfield before it's disrupted again. Dominic Monroy Valadez plays it over, near side, stolen away by Knowles. Knowles falls down as the ball rolls out of bounds, but it will stay with the Mustangs. Great effort there by Emma Knowles.
Yeah, Emma's almost picked that up and went in alone. She would have had a wide open net, too, had she been able to gather that one up.
About a minute and a half left here in this first half. Mustangs would love to get some momentum here out of this, if not maybe get on the board and tie this thing up. Throw-in comes and is headed back this way, and so it'll be out of bounds again. Turcotte will grab the ball here, and Maddie Turcotte will try another throw-in. This one comes back onto the pitch. Controlled there by the Mustangs, lobbed ahead, high into the air, bouncing ball, and it is taken in there by Dominique Monroy Valadez, and that got a little bit dicey for the Bengals.
Yeah, best opportunity so far for the Mustangs. Almost cashed in here at the tail end of the half to knot the score up. Strong kick.
This ball back out across midfield as the Bengals now look to try and get something going again on offense. Time going to become a factor here in the late stages of the first half. This play whistled down. Two Mustang players help each other back to their feet. Looked like Turcotte there, and Noel took the worst of the contact, but the Mustangs will get the ball here, most importantly, as Baker strikes it back across the midfield line. Played back across the line here as the Mustangs clear it high into the air and headed back the other direction. McKenna Redstone over to the far side of the field, try and win that ball for the Mustangs to flex away, and that's almost just about going to do it here. Official time being kept on the field. And I'd say, Mr. Munzing, your clock was pretty darn good. So that's going to do it here for the first half as the Mustangs start their season today against Fort Kent, and the Bengals get on the board first. It's 1-0 as the goal comes from Chelsea Thornburg, and Thornburg makes it a 1-0 score after one half of play. When we come back, we'll have more for you here on Munzing Media Sports.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like UMFK.
New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
Helping people is kind of ingrained into me. I am so glad that I chose to be here. It's a really great program.
Primary Dallas in the heart.
The instructors are super helpful.
They really do set you up to be successful in the field.
The new hospital simulation lab here at CMCC is a great addition.
It's as close to replicating real life as you can get.
We did an IV lab.
With a mannequin, it's nice to get your toes wet before you jump into a clinical setting.
Deep breath.
CMCC is the best place to start nursing. It's challenging, but you are learning.
You have a smaller size classroom, smaller ratio to instructors.
It's affordable.
It really provided me relief that I'm not going to accrue a lot of debt.
I needed to set myself and my family up for success after.
I'm going to come out of this able to actually practice as an RN in the real field. It's a wonderful opportunity.
So we're back here at halftime. 1-0. The Bengals of UMaine Fort Kent over your Mustangs. Glad you could join us, and welcome to all the Bengals fans who are watching around the country there as they get a chance to see their women's great soccer team in action here from Central Maine Community College. So I want to let you know, a busy week coming up here on Munzing Media as we swing into our high school and also our college coverage. Our next game from down here on the athletic turf complex will be Wednesday. That's against Tussin, a men's game. And that's a 6 o'clock start here. So it'll be semi under the lights as it's dark about 7:10 now. So that game will be played to start in the sunshine and finish under the great lights here, and really a great picture that we have here. Fortunate to be joined here at halftime by Central Maine Athletics' Patrick Dexler. Patrick's doing his yeoman's work here as doing a job here for us at the scorer's table. And a little bit difficult for you, Patrick, in the sense that the scoreboard's out, but good news on that scoreboard end here as parts have been audited. Is that what I understand?
Yes, we should have it fixed, I would say sometime within the next week or two.
So hopefully that'll be up and going soon. If you've audited any electronics from anywhere in the past 6 months, you know that the supply chain is broken a little bit on some of these parts, and I'm sure it's an electronic chip or something like that they have to get in. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully that will be back in. Of course, that doesn't affect the fans that are watching at home, Patrick, as we're doing our own scoreboard here, and I was pretty proud of myself. I was within a couple of seconds of that, and so we were able to wind it down, so the folks at home get a good view of it. So, Patrick, we've had soccer yesterday. Soccer today. We'll have volleyball also, and that's an up-and-coming program here at the college under Coach Chapman, doing a fine job at that. We did a game, multiple games, I think, on a date last year, but we'll have 2 dates here. How is that program progressing, Patrick?
So far, there are a couple of key wins yesterday against NHTI and Southern Maine Community College. Coach Chapman probably ecstatic, and building the program year by year. And the goal, I believe, this year is they may have a chance at the conference title. Fantastic, and that's an up-and-coming sport, Patrick, in the state of Maine. We also do high school volleyball, and it's a very exciting sport. Fans get into it, the kids get into it. It's really growing by leaps and bounds, and in fact, we have one of the premier players in the state in Lizzie Gruber, who's also a terrific. She's going to be a Division I basketball player, but at 6'4", she dominates the front court in volleyball. So if you want to see a dominant athlete and a really good team, the Gardner Tigers have a terrific volleyball team. We'll be having some of their contests as we cover the high school sports. Let's go back to the Mustangs here and talk a little bit about softball and baseball. Patrick's very integral in that and very important to our coverage here. If you watched any of our games last year, you heard Patrick doing the play-by-play. Does an excellent job on that. Give us a little rundown on the ball teams. Well, baseball is going to carry 26 to start the fall as Coach Tureen. We've added Coach Dave Walsh and Coach Palmer. They've all gone out and recruited like crazy, and hats off to the whole coaching staff as we get ready for a pivotal fall season that will lead us. A couple of non-conference opponents added, Bryant Stratton College, Albany, and we'll play Thomas College this fall as well. University of Maine Presque Isle, a opponent that we saw last year, as well as our in-conference opponents, NHTI and Southern Maine Community College. And a big game already circled on the schedule for everybody will be Monday, September 12th, which is our home opener against Southern Maine Community College. Yes, that'll be a big one right out of the gate. And, of course, as we said yesterday, if you have a new student here, student-athlete here at CM, Muncie Media is your spot for all the live streaming action of every single contest on the field, in the gyms, on the ice. We will be here to cover every single game for you. And if there's multiple games going on, we cover multiple games as well. So we hope you enjoy our coverage, and we want to thank Patrick for all his fine contributions to the athletic program here, the college in general, and to Muncie Media. Thank you, Patrick, for all your help. As I like to call him, he's the Radar O'Reilly of Central Maine Athletics. And if something needs to be done and you need some information about it, Patrick is your man to go to, and we certainly thank him for all his work for us. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. It'll be second half action. Greg Glenn back on the call. We're 1-0. The Bengals over the Mustangs. Back for more after this.
I'm retired United States Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, formerly of the 82nd Airborne Division. In 2012, I was injured in Afghanistan due to a roadside bomb. It took portions of both arms and both legs, and through Walter Reed and 19 months of intense recovery, I was able to build myself back up, learn how to walk again, drive again, and take care of my young family. Since then, I have decided to be on the road speaking as a motivational speaker.
Life is all about perspective, all right? So for me, it's real easy. I gave a lot, but I didn't give everything. When I think about my situation, I'm lucky to be here.
When I was on the road speaking, I was hired by CBU Benefits. Ray Valley and Brian Heath brought me in to speak at one of their forums.
After hearing Travis's story, I was compelled to move forward with our relationship. We specialize in reaching out to employees and employers, explaining to them the value of supplemental health coverage. Accidents, cancer, critical illness, disability, and sometimes even death are events that happened in our lifetime.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it. After talking with Ray and Brian, telling them how much I really appreciate what they're doing, they decided that it would be just an awesome partnership if I became part of the team, not just as a spokesperson, but as an actual partner in the company. I have a message for everybody about supplemental benefits because I feel like everybody should be protected from life's unexpected events.
Accidents do happen. I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
And welcome back here to Central Maine Community College in Auburn, Maine this afternoon. Greg Glynn and Rob Munzing with you here on Munzing Media Sports as we get ready for the second half between the Mustangs and the Bengals. The only goal in this one, Chelsea Thorberg getting the goal at 22:03 left in the first half. Made it 1-0. That's where we are when we start the second half. Mustangs will have the ball to start the half. They're in their white uniforms today with the red numbers. They'll move from right to left. It's Fort Kent in the gray uniforms today with the black numbers as we get underway here in the second half. Ball goes into the offensive end here for the Mustangs as they pursue the ball. Had a goaltending change earlier in this game, still in the game. For the Bengals is Dominique Monroy Valadez. She came in about midway through the first half. And, of course, we've talked a lot today about Emma Johnson. She has been busy, 9 saves in that first half for the Mustangs keeper. Here's a chance on a cross. That one is cleared away by Central Maine. Back out now outside the box. Bodies bounce off each other. We'll see what we get here. This is outside the box.
Well, you mentioned Johnson with some great saves, Greg, and also some testers that she had covered that just went wide.
And this will be interesting now, too, because they're going to mark off the 10. But the idea here is that the wind is now with Emma Johnson when she will be kicking, and this will be now into the face of the Bengals here as they get ready for this free kick.
A little bit to the right, Zach, so we have the whole goal. That a boy. Doing some directing here as Zach's in his second game ever, doing a great job for us.
And they're directing the players out there as well as they get them set up. Now they're all situated. They got the 10 yards. And we are ready here on the kick. Solid strike. Score! And Dora Kakari strikes for Fort Kent as she sneaks it inside the near side post. And just like that, the Bengals jump out to a 2-0 lead here to start the second half.
Well, you saw Johnson with no chance whatsoever for that one. That was labeled and drilled and a beautifully placed shot.
So the goal there goes to Dora Kakari. And you can tell with a shot like that, she certainly is one of their stronger players as the Mustangs now look to try and get a quick response here in this second half. The Bengals jumped out to a 1-0 lead midway through the first half, and it is now 2-0 after the goal by Kakari, and now threatening for more. Here they come on the far side of the box. That one centered in front, redirected back outside, booted around and back out now over on the far side of the pitch. Chasing after it, there is Kakari. Up ahead, left-hand side, this chip pass comes inside the box, cleared away, and back out to midfield. Taken there by Nonowitz. Nonowitz puts on the brakes, passes it up along the left-hand side. Here's a chance now in a foot race for Sorois as she tries to get there, but Monroy Valadez is there first. The keeper makes the save.
Yeah, nice work by Nonowitz at the midfield and almost was able to set up Sorois. And she's a sniper. We saw her last year score multiple goals.
Chance now the other way here for Fort Kent. Foot battle there for it as it comes up along the right-hand sideline. Thompson now had it stolen away. Good play there by Dillman. Dillman goes down. Ball squirts loose.
No
Comes
harm,
back
no foul.
over. Yeah, near side. Turcotte says, I'll keep playing. Puts it up along the sideline. Nonowitz trying to work it to a teammate, Shingawa, and couldn't get it to her. Now it comes back over the near sideline. Here's a chance on a crossing attempt for Thompson. Through the box. Shot saved by Johnson and cleared over the goal post. Oh, another stunning save there from Emma Johnson.
What a play by Emma Johnson. Lots of times you make saves because you're in the correct position there. You read the play and you just go to a spot, and that's exactly what Emma did. Went to that spot, and when she did, she took it right in the upper body. Perfectly played by Emma in goal.
No, 1-0 count as a save, 1-1.
This ball chipped over to the near sideline and out of bounds.
2 shots, 1 goal.
So it'll be an upcoming opportunity here for the Bengals for a throw-in. Wind picking up a bit here in the second half. Wasn't much of a factor in the first. You can start to see it and feel it a bit more here at field level. As the ball comes over to the near sideline, both players go down, cleared away by Julia Noel, and out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Bengals.
Want to let all our fans know, don't go to any of those spam sites you see that come up on Facebook. I'm removing them as fast as they come up, but we're the official site, just us, for Mustang Sports.
As this ball now controlled by the Mustangs, looking to clear it out, and then deflected out of bounds. So the Mustangs will have the ball here as they come back up the field.
Well, Labor Day weekend, both teams working hard.
Absolutely, as this ball goes out of bounds under 39 minutes to go now here in this second half, as the Mustangs right now trailing 2-0 to a very good Fort Kent team. This ball cleared away to the near sideline.
Yeah, and that save that Johnson made really kept him in the game.
Yeah.
3-0 would have been a really tough road to climb here. That was a great save, and maybe it'll give them some momentum and get the offense on track.
As this one comes back over the near sideline. Controlled now by McLaughlin, trying to get it down low over on the right-hand side of the box. This one chipped high into the air. Johnson goes up to get it and hauls it in. This one is cleared, but not all the way out. This is a long boot and over the crossbar. And that one was a shot there by Nancy Martin. Just off the mark. So it'll be Emma Johnson here getting ready for the goal kick, as the Mustangs look to try and get this ball up the field. Again, she'll have the wind with her here as it skitters across the surface, playing on this artificial turf. Here's a chance now for Thompson with a shot and a save by Johnson. Sliding over to make the save. This time she clears it high into the air, bounces down at midfield. Mustangs trying to grab possession here. Foot race. Race between Sorois and McLaughlin, and it goes over to the near side, and the Mustangs will get the ball. They quickly try and get it back in, redirected to the top of the box. Now here's a quick header there by Soroyce. Back over now near side, nearly rolls out of bounds, stolen away. Good footwork there from Shangawa, and then deflected out of bounds.
Some good pressure that time by the Mustangs. Sun back out here at the athletic complex. I feel like Jim Cantore here. I'm looking at the sky all the time. Make sure the clouds aren't rolling.
Oh, this one nearly got redirected and almost turned into a goal there. Mustangs right now threatening. Here's a chance for Soroyce. Back out now, chance for Nonowitz, and just off her foot.
Yeah. Allie just wasn't able to settle that ball. It stayed up around her shins, and she couldn't launch it. But good thrust there that time by the Mustangs.
Comes Fort Kent back the other way. Leading 2-0. Looking for more. Here's a chance now inside the box. Shot, redirect, and just off the hands of Johnson and out of bounds. So this will end up being a corner kick.
Yeah, from my angle, it looked like it had got in behind her and was going to go in the far corner, but
she has been very impressive.
Boy, she has been something here in this game.
As we talked about before, member of the all-conference team last year. She's a sophomore now, and she is one of their sensational sophomores. This one off the corner, comes out to the top of the box. They'll get it back along the near side to Kakari again. A chip shot, and it's saved there by Johnson. And it goes out of bounds, so it'll be another... They said that
offside.
This one,
yeah,
offside on
yeah.
that. Okay, so offside, so it'll end up being the Mustangs' ball. Don't forget, after this one, the Mustangs will be back in action again on Thursday, September 8th. They'll take on Southern Maine Community College. That'll be a 6 o'clock start.
Yeah, Wednesday night, as we told you at halftime, the men will play Husson. Non-conference game.
Always means something to play another Maine opponent, that's for sure. This one kicked away.
Yeah, and Husson a strong program as well, Greg, so Mustangs will be testing themselves there. And then it's a very condensed season, September into October. They're playing a lot to get their schedule in.
Yeah.
And as we're out in the elements here, we pray for good weather. We had it last year. Hope again this year.
This one is up the near sideline right in front of us as it goes back the other way. Now the Bengals looking to try and get the offense going. Dribbling with it there is Carranza. Carranza gets around the defender. Burst of speed here, gets by another defender. Trying to get a shot off, pass in front, and instead cleared away. Mustangs defense there to make the stop and cleared back out to midfield on a solid strike there on the far side by Lexi Finn. Comes over now along the near side. Anna McLaughlin held up there on the good defense by Allie Nonowitz. This one chipped high into the air. Header there by Brittany Thompson goes out of bounds. So 33-44 unofficially to go here in the second half. 2-0 the score today. Bengals with the lead over the Mustangs in their first game of the season. Bengals already have played a game this year. They beat Maine Maritime 5-0 on Sunday. Battle for it on the far side of the field. As it goes out of bounds, it'll stay here with Central Maine. And we'll see some substitutions coming into the game as the Mustangs look to try and throw this one back in. Ball at midfield. Kicked across the line by the Mustangs. This cross ends up on the foot McLaughlin sent ahead. Ball skitters down toward the end line. Foot race for it, and picked up there by Thompson. Tried to get around the defender. Nice play there by Maddie Turcotte to clear it to the near sideline. So we'll see a substitution here. Checking into the game is Julia Ross. She replaces Gisela Carranza. Ball comes in, collision there between three players. Now it squirts loose. Shot there, save by Johnson. Good look there. There's a lot of space on that shot, but Johnson came up and made the save, cut down that angle. And now a chance here for Julia Ross. Just checked into the game, leaves it off now on an opportunity here for Fort Kent. They'll get it all the way back to Thompson again. Thompson's dangerous, tried to get it to Ross, couldn't get a foot on it, and then kicked out of bounds.
Andy, drop a little bit. Drop.
So Emma Johnson will get ready here for the goal kick. Talked with Rod Rodriguez before the game this week and was talking about how this team is prepared for this season and certainly looking to be successful as they want to get in rhythm with their forwards this year and get off to a good start for the season. Right now trying to get some offense going here. And tripped up there, an offensive chance now for the Mustangs. Here comes Noel. She was disrupted as the ball goes back the other way. Here's a foot race for it. Ross running after it. Nice job there to cut her off by Caitlin Baker. Baker and battling there with Ross. They push each other and no call. They'll keep playing on.
No advantage gain. They let them play, and that's good to see. Ross with fresh legs, as you said, just in the game for the Bengals.
Ross also with very good size. She's just a sophomore. She's from Iceland. As this one here thrown back in by the Bengals on the near side by Anna McLaughlin. Ball comes back now to Alexis Salzwendel, then gets it back to the goalie in Monroy Valdez. They'll work it back up along the near sideline. Up to Stroud. Stroud across the midfield line. Good touch there as Thompson takes it. Splits through two defenders. Comes into the box. Distributes in front. Ross shot goes wide of the net. Oh, she had a good look at it and unable to get it on goal. And we'll see a substitution here for Fort Kent. Coming into the game will be Samantha Roy. So Brittany Thompson will come out of the game. She's been a big factor for the Bengals so far today. She'll get a breather. Kicked ahead by Johnson on the goal kick. Strong strike by Turcotte. Back up to midfield. Fresh into the game is Samantha Roy. Sends it over the near sideline. Held there by Stroud. Ross took a spill, did a cartwheel, and practically fell over and got back up quickly. This one shot on goal, saved there by Johnson.
Randy, you gotta move. You gotta be target. Come on.
So kicked away with Johnson getting the wind at her back this half. Unable to get it to a Mustang, and instead Fort Kent comes back the other way. Here's Ross with it. Down to the ground awkwardly. There goes one of the Mustangs players. That's Julia Noel. Gets up gingerly. One of the captains on this team. Here's a shot on goal. And Johnson makes the save.
Yeah, Noel got tangled up with Ross, I believe.
Yeah. Johnson's kick all the way back across the midfield line. You can tell the wind certainly helping here in the second half. Going down hard there was Sorois. Battling for the ball in a 50-50 battle.
Yeah, we mentioned the advantage of Johnson's strong leg. Couple that with the wind, and boy, she was able to change field. Almost 3/4 of the field now for the throw-in.
Yep. So 27:30 to go here in the second half. It's 2-0 in favor of Fort Kent, but this is a pivotal point in this game. The Mustangs could strike here. It would change the complexion of this one quickly. Battle for the ball as play on as it comes back to the top of the box. Here's a chance for Dillman trying to turn one on goal, and that one redirected, and the keeper will make a play on it. Monroy Valadez slows things down, has to collect it quickly, being pressured there by Amelie Shangawa, and checking back in for the Bengals will be Angel Maxwell here in a minute, as the ball now comes over to the near sideline right in front of us.
We're up close and personal.
As they will get a throw in here, Samantha Roy.
16-3.
Throws it back in. Strong header there by Stroud along the near sideline. Kick back ahead. And now a chance here for the Mustangs, trying to clear it back out. Maddie Drew over on the far side, able to get it to Shingawa, and back over to the far side again, where it's controlled there by Mendoza. He'll stay with the Mustangs here.
Remember we said that Noel got tangled up with Ross there. She's come out. She's getting some athletic trainer attention here, just right behind us, limping a little bit. Julie's going to be okay. She's a valuable member of this team for Coach Rodriguez.
And now the Bengals here trying to get across midfield, chipped through the defense, and Ross chasing after it. Ball spins over to the far side. And deflected. This will go out of bounds on the sideline. So this will be a throw-in.
Both coaches substituted liberally so far, and that's a smart concept to have because we haven't seen any of the young ladies cramp up like we saw several of the men cramp up there yesterday. So, hydration and taking good care of yourself is very important, particularly early in the season when you get some heat and humidity. 81 degrees and a little toasty here in Central Maine.
This ball goes out of bounds on the far side.
Beautiful day to be on one of the great, wonderful lakes here in the state of Maine, but Greg and I are working through Labor Day.
Absolutely.
I want to thank Greg for jumping in on this contest. He'll always be a valuable member of the Muncie Media team.
Proud to do it. A lot of great stories, a great facility, great program here at Central Maine.
And I know you won't say anything, but I will. You want to check out Greg's Pliable website as well, as he's doing some representation of some of the athletes with the NIL concept and doing great work here for student athletes, not only here in Maine but around the country.
Well, thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Every athlete has a story, that's for sure. On the near sideline, chance here now for Samantha Roy as this one goes out of bounds.
I played 50 years ago. My stories are all winning stories. I never remember a bad moment.
That's right. Your story's still going. That ball goes out of bounds.
That came right over us. Yeah, 50. I couldn't believe it. I got looking at things like going, let's see, 1972, 2020. I was playing 50 years ago. Oh, my God. How did that happen? Yeah, playing football in the preseason, the University of Maine. I'll tell you, they weren't that worried about us back in those days. Triple sessions, limited water, rub dirt on it if it hurts. No, I'm just kidding. They were great staff up there at University of Maine.
Yeah.
Even 50 years ago, Wes Jordan and his staff.
Yeah, great program they've got up there. I was up there this week. Here's a chance now for Fort Kent and a trickler toward Emma Johnson, who makes the save.
As those of us who are advanced-aged athletes, everybody will tell you that, they look at a game and they say, geez, I go out and play there. And I just want to warn people, that's only in your mind. Don't really try to do this. you can hurt yourself.
Do not try this at home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can agree with that. Ball goes over to the far side field. Still controlled by Fort Kent on that far sideline, trying to get something going here. It'll go back to the end line. Kicked at there by Baker. And it'll end up being a goal kick. Wind picking up again here. We'll see some substitutions for the Mustangs. Coming back into the game, Katie Bluen, along with number 23, McKenna Redstone.
Yeah, we'll want to thank Patrick Dexler for coming on. We'll take a look at our next game. That's the graphic I meant to bring up. Husson men's soccer here, 6 o'clock. Rob Kennedy along for the call of that one. Rob was here for the call yesterday.
Does a great job for you guys at Munzing Media. Excellent.
We are so fortunate to have you and Rob as our soccer guys, and also anytime we can use you for hockey as well.
Yeah. Great to see the development for the hockey program here.
Big news.
As well, very big news.
As you know, Greg, because you've done a lot of our games here on Munzing Media, so we've covered the Mustangs for the past 2-3 years, 3 years now, I think, and always looking to get in that conference. That gives them a better shot at playoffs at the national level, and I know it's something that Dave Gagne worked hard and Coach Canon worked hard for, and they've finally got it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, well deserved. Put some certainly more on the map, and I think they'll start to see a lot more recruits coming in as well.
Patrick Dexler tells me good class coming in for hockey this year.
And I've got an injured player down on the far side of the field. That's Allie Nonowitz. And certainly coming to her aid are two teammates to try and help her out. Back up on her feet now. And checking in, Lincoln Hink getting ready on this near sideline along with Emma Knowles.
As we got the break, maybe I can get a check on the time, official time here.
About 21 minutes.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We're 21:19. We'll get it right from the official here. 21 and a half.
There you go. Very impressive.
Now we are right on.
Yeah, that's right. Red, drop the red. Yeah, right. Okay. We were just talking about the sub. We're good. She didn't want to come out.
Coach Rodriguez having a conversation with the official in the place that she didn't want to come out.
Yeah, that was Allison Nonowitz, I believe, reference to was, down and trying to get back up and apparently okay, and certainly enough to say I don't want to come out, so.
Allie did a great interview with Greg pre-game. Something we're going to incorporate in all season. That ball went out, I thought. I guess it didn't go all the way out.
As the ball comes back across midfield, now on the Fort Kent side. The Bengals trying to bring it back up across the midfield line.
Ooh,
solid collision there. That'll tell you that she's all right. Another big collision as it comes back up to Ross. Ross turning shot out in front, and it ended up being more of a pass, but no one home. Back over the near sideline.
Give her something.
Here's a chance now coming ahead for McKenna Redstone. Up ahead now to Nonowitz. Good feed, trying to get it into the box, and it's through the legs of the goalie, but goes just through and out of bounds. Oh, what a great chance. Monroy Valadez came out to make a play on it, ended up going right through her wickets. Oh, that would have been an empty net and a half. So coming back into the game here is Lincoln Hink. Coming back in for Emily Dillman.
That was a beautiful little touch pass ahead by Allie Nonowitz. Great touch on it. Almost set the Mustangs up in scoring position.
So now there'll be a chance here for Fort Kent to try and clear it out. But the Mustangs right now, again, the pivotal point in this game, we're under 20 minutes to go. And a chance here to try and get on the board would certainly change the complexion of this one quickly.
Well, they would have to lead, and then they would grab the momentum.
And now it'll be cleared back out. Score 2-0 here. Bengals with the lead. Already 1-0 on the year. And under their first-year head coach, Jermaine West. Hired so recently they didn't have his bio on the website yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The the way it is in fall sports, though. You know, it is a different time kind of transition. You transition out of the summer period, and a lot of transition in coaching and players, and obviously everything with transferring and everything like that. So I think the fall season is probably the most complicated, certainly for sports information departments and coaching-wise.
Yeah, we're very fortunate down here. The website for the Central Maine Mustangs is fantastic. All the rosters up to date, all the schedules, everything you need to know.
Chance here now for the Bengals on the far side of the field, inside the box. A shot there doesn't get through from Maxwell. Comes back outside the box, and a kick there by McLaughlin. Saved there by Johnson again. Johnson with a strong strike all the way back out to midfield. Ball bounces inside the circle, taken by the Mustangs back the other way. Here comes Maddie Drew with it. Drew trying to squeeze her way through two defenders, couldn't get through. Sent back out now by the Bengals again. Here comes Julia Ross. Ross tries to spin around a defender, then collides with another. Kicks it back out now to McLaughlin. Towed ahead now for Maxwell. Spun around. The captain sends it near side. Over to McLaughlin again. Chipped off of her foot. Stolen away by Turcotte. Turcotte up along the wing, but the ball rolls out of bounds. Ball directed out of bounds by Terrence Lawrence, so the Mustangs will get it here on a throw-in.
Heard Coach Rodriguez tell Katie Bluen to stay high, so that means they're probably going to change their formation a little bit, and they've got to get on the offensive.
Yeah, this will be a foul upcoming here against Terrence Lawrence, who was trying to defend against Bluen.
Not many of these so far for the Mustangs. Let's see if they can cash in.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity on a free kick. So they will try and set up a bit of a wall here to at least protect that shot. Cross the box, and it's a save there for Monroy Valadez.
Valadez sprawled out afterwards. That was more for a fact. She made a good read on it.
I was like,
able to track it.
Reminds me of Little League when you used to be in the outfield and then you'd like get it and then you dive, like one of those. Yeah. But made a safe play to make sure she corralled it, and as a result, the Bengals come back out to midfield.
Any ball to the outfield in Little League that was caught was a major achievement, I'll tell you. I coached Little League for a lot of years.
As this ball's chipped out and out of bounds.
I remember one poor little kid going out to play right field. You know what it means to play right field in Little League. And the poor kid couldn't find his glove, and we gave him a different glove, and he wasn't cut. I said, it doesn't really matter, Roger, because you're just going to chase it anyway. So you're all right with this glove.
That's good stuff. As the ball goes out of bounds here. 15:35 unofficial time left in this one. As it comes back across along the near sideline, headed at and over out of bounds by Terrence Lawrence, so the Mustangs will keep it here.
Central Maine student intern for us, Zach Bryant, doing a terrific job here in game cam again.
Burst of speed here for Thornburg. We haven't heard much from her in the second half. She was busy in the first half. Here's a chance now on the doorstep on a shot, a save there. Pouncing on it is Johnson. That shot there was a quick one that Johnson had to dive after and then pounce on quickly. Aso Akinbare able to get the shot off.
Yeah, that was a great read by Johnson, because Thornburg looked like she was going to be able to take the original shot. She kind of faked the shot and then made the pass, and Johnson had to be quick to react. See if we can get unofficial stats on how many saves for Johnson. 19 saves on 21 shots. That's fantastic.
She has been terrific today.
That might put her in the
Player
National
of the Week category.
Player of the Week, says Patrick Dexler. Patrick's got an eye for that kind of stuff.
Ball goes over on the far side of the field here. This one crossed and out in front, and Johnson battling to get that ball. And it was tied up in between the legs of Aso Akinamore, and just like that, Johnson able to come away with it.
Geez, you don't see many muscle tussles like that. That looked like a basketball jump ball situation. Wow.
Akinbar was right there, and it was dangerous because she didn't really have total possession, and if that ball had squirted loose, she was certainly going to be out of position, so she had to fight with all her might, and she was able to do it.
Hands versus feet.
Yep. Collision here at midfield. Ball controlled by Fort Kent. Samantha Roy sends it over near side. Good distribution by Thornburg. Up along the wing now to McLaughlin, who sends it down the line. After it is Thornburg, puts on the brakes. Now looking to dribble around the defender. Goes through the wickets and then deflected out of bounds. So the ball will come over to the near side for a throw-in. So Anna McLaughlin will grab it here and get ready to throw it back into play.
Chelsea Thornburg came over to me and wanted to know where the stream was, so we told her how to watch the stream and all that. She's very polite. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it. Nice young lady and a heck of a player, as we've seen.
Out of Loveland, Colorado. Or anybody who was able to get that information watching her right now.
Yeah, we hope you're able to get it, the Thornburg family, and let us know. Send us a note if you're watching on Facebook. Let us know that you got the game, and happy to hear from anybody and interact. I kind of monitor the feed on there. Mostly get rid of the scam people that are on there trying to get you to give them their credit card information so they can go on a trip this Labor Day weekend on a credit card.
And they're desperate now, yeah.
Do not engage with any of these spam sites.
My goodness. So right now, a chance here for Fort Kent to try and add to their lead. It's 2-0 right now. And this will be a kick from the corner here. And a solid strike for Stroud into the box. Dangles out in front and inside the far post. Fort Kent scores on the far side. The goal by Aso Akinbar is going to give Fort Kent a 3-0 lead.
Well, Johnson was able to get a piece of the initial shot, but she wasn't able to get a good piece of it. She kind of just deflected it with the right hand, and it stayed in the scoring zone, and the Bengals were able to pounce on that, get a big goal here with 11:43 unofficially left in this one. They go up 3-0.
So Fort Kent gets on the board again, and this one comes here in the later stages of the second half, and the Mustangs will have themselves an uphill battle now. Trailing by 3. Bengals right now with possession, coming back across midfield. Up along the near sideline, chasing after it here is McLaughlin, trying to center it out now toward the middle, and cleared away by the Mustangs defense. Mustangs team running on a few different principles this year. Number one, talking with Coach Rodriguez before the game this week, talking about adapting and overcome. It says it doesn't want the changes in the lineup, the schedule, the weather, or anything else to take them off task. And they take each hurdle as they come, and they'll get over each one. And the second one, he said, no apologies, no excuses. We don't want to allow our players to apologize on the field for a mistake or make excuses for one. They're taught to play through mistakes and then fix them and hold each other accountable. Thought it was great advice. Chance now here for the Bengals as they look to try and get more offense going. They've struck 3 times today, 3 different goal scorers in this one.
Bengals using that short precision passing game, of course, with a 3-0 lead. Every tick of the clock is important to them. They need to have just possession.
The chance for him to get it right now as the Mustangs come back the other way. Maddie Drew trying to lead the charge here for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs player tripped up at midfield. That was McKenna Redstone who went down to the turf. This Mustangs team has intentionally tried to get the most difficult non-conference schedule and opponents that they could get. Interestingly enough, they actually have 3 of the 4 USCAA D1 and D2 national finalists on the schedule. And then 4 NCAA games, Maine Maritime and Thomas College in the preseason, and then Husson twice during the regular season.
Well, you know, that's a sign that your program is maturing when you start to schedule that way. If you're building from scratch and you haven't had success, you want to play some teams that you can beat, but now you want to play the iron because you want to get better.
Here's a chance now coming into the box, and Johnson comes out with a major save and then gets the rebound as well. Emma Johnson all over it today, and then helps out with some sportsmanship to help Chelsea Thornburg back to her feet.
Well, Thornburg with a little dipsy-do there, kind of allowed them to sleep and then went on the attack, and as she's done all game.
Right there, you saw Thornburg threatening, and here she comes, takes it, tries to chip it over. Johnson makes the save.
And Thornburg just hands in the air as kind of a salute in a way to Emma Johnson.
Here comes the ball back the other direction. The Mustangs trying to get some offense going here late in this second half, trailing 3-0. As the ball goes over to the far side of the field, racing after it there, trying to make a play on it is Nancy Martin. Martin works it to the far side of the pitch and able to keep it in. Back out now to Stroud. Over to Maxwell. At the top of the box. Dornberg couldn't get a foot on it. Played ahead by Lawrence. Right-hand side to McLaughlin. Give and go here with Dornberg as she tries to get a shot on goal. That one cleared away by the Mustangs defense. Up along the near sideline, and frustrated with herself was Bluen as she tried to come over and make a play.
So we'll try to get an update on the time if we can, because I forgot to start the clock at one time. So when the official gets down this way, we'll try to update it. About 6 minutes, okay?
So here comes a chance now for Fort Kent again, this time outside the box. Dribbling with it over to the near side was Stroud. Stolen away, and back the other way comes Hink with it. Hink across midfield. That crossing pass over on the far side, looking to try and find Knowles. Knowles tries to get away from the goalie. Ball spins over to the far sideline. Knowles able to scoop it up. She's had a strong game here today. Centers this one out in front. A loose chance there for Sorois. She goes down, and no call coming. Great chance there for Sorois.
Just under 7 minutes, Greg. We're right on it. Boy, I don't know if I've seen a keeper come out that far. My gosh. She was almost to the bus.
Yeah. As the ball thrown back in on the far side of the field. Rolls out of bounds. This will end up being a corner. So chance here for the Mustangs late in the game.
Want to let all our CM fans know, I think what I'm going to do, Greg, for this season, for the parents and families and players, is put up a download link for each game that they'll be able to check on. But you're going to have to go to our Boxcast app. So look for Munzing Media on Boxcast. There'll be a download link. Download the game for yourself.
Great keepsake for a lot of these players as well.
And, of course, here at Munzing Media, we're also proud of the fact that our sponsors help bring all these games to you. We're sponsored here, of course, by Central Maine Athletics, the athletic department here, and some of our anchor sponsors. You see their ads, but a lot of folks are charging for streaming across the country. And Munzing Media has been free since we started streaming in 2010. We're the first group ever to stream in the state of Maine. Important play coming up here, Greg. Back to you.
So this will be a free kick here. They'll have to mark off the 10 yards. And now it'll be a chance here for Caitlin Baker on this free kick. Just outside the box. Good strike to the top corner, and it goes off the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar.
Oh, what a great strike there from Baker. She got a good foot on it, got it over the wall, and then just off the crossbar. So it'll be a chance here on a goal kick now for Fort Kent.
That was labeled for that top corner. Needed to be about 7 inches lower.
Ball on the far side of the field and tripped up there was the Mustangs' Matty Drew. Back over now at the line. Stroud makes a play on it. Battle for it just outside the circle. Mustangs able to get possession. Play to the far side of the field there by Dillman. Comes back out to Stroud now, who has it for the Bengals. Cross pass over now on the near wing, controlled by Roy. Roy over to McLaughlin, able to keep it in bounds. Samantha Roy with it here. Back to Maxwell. Now to Roy. They play pass. They're taking some time off the clock here as this one starts to wind down in the final stages. Ball down on the far side of the field, redirected out of bounds. It's going to end up being a throw-in. Don't forget, next game for the Mustangs will be on a Thursday. They'll take on Southern Maine Community College. That will be a 6 o'clock start here at the Athletic Complex in Auburn.
Yeah, back-to-back nights. Wednesday men, Thursday women.
Big collision on the far side there as the players continue to fight for the ball. Controlled there by the Bengals. Back out to midfield. Touched over and played quickly by Maxwell. Roy to McLaughlin. Back to Roy. Maxwell at midfield.
Okay, now go, 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 go.
Here's a chance on a steal now for Soroyce. Soroyce gets it ahead. Now racing after it is Bluen. And Soroyce is down at midfield.
She's on a breakaway. You don't blow that.
Oh, man. You're lucky.
So the restart.
Coach Rodriguez says you took the ball away from us on a breakaway.
So it'll end up being a free kick here for Caitlin Baker. The last time she had a good boot on one. Here's another good strike. This one inside the box. The header, and they score! On a collision. And getting up slowly, but celebrating is Lakin Hink. Lakin Hink getting the goal on a header. And it makes it a 3-1 game.
Well, off the strong kick, set her up inside and got the header and got it by. So there's something to build on right there for the Mustangs.
And Caitlin Baker with the assist on that one.
Yeah.
On that great feed.
So as they like to say in lingo, ball don't lie, right? Coach Rodriguez was upset taking the breakaway away, and ball don't lie. They got the strong kick by Baker and the header in for the goal.
And Lincoln Hink getting the goal. It's her first of the season for the Mustangs as they get on the board and make it 3-1. Lincoln Hink, a sophomore, 5'2" out of Porter, Maine.
Oh, she's the young lady that transferred
She
in?
is,
Yeah,
from the University of Southern Maine, yep.
Congratulations on your first Mustang goal. She'll be looking to get one Thursday night against her old team, the Seawolves.
There's a chance now for the Bengals again inside the box. Here comes a shot. Score! Into the back of the net on the shot there. As it goes to the scorer, Aso Akinbar, as she gets that goal that makes it now 4-1.
Second of the game, I believe.
It is Aso Akinbar. Yep. She gets her second here this afternoon and makes it a 4-1 lead with about a minute to go.
Thornburg will get the assist on that. She's been active offensively all game for the Bengals. Renee Holm is watching from Idaho. Welcome to the stream.
Glad to welcome all of our viewers from across Maine and across the world today here on Munzing Media Sports. Greg Glynn and Rob Munzing with you. Glad you could join us this afternoon as the Mustangs open their season, and we've got a whistle here for an injured player. This will be some stoppage time here.
I'm going to wind our clock down a little because we're under a minute. I did not start it up after the goal.
And back to her feet was Lakin Hink.
Well, both teams expended a lot of energy in this one.
She took that bump on the goal, too, when she had the header, so it's been a tough stretch for her. Tough customer. Ball over on the far side of the field. And now the Mustangs looking to try and go on offense again. This one fed up, trying to stay on side as the ball now stolen away by the Bengals. Cleared back out to midfield. Taken there. Played ahead. And stolen away. Nice job there by the Mustangs to take it away. McKenna Redstone with a good defensive play. Now Thornburg right back the other way here for Fort Kent. Thornburg touches it back out to Roy. And a whistle blows here. And that will wrap up the first game of the season for the Mustangs as they fall in this one by the final score of 4-1. So goals in this one for Fort Kent. Chelsea Thornburg able to open the scoring. That came in the first half, and then it was Dora Kakari getting the second goal for the Fort Kent Bengals. That gave them a 2-0 lead. Aso Akambar able to get her first of two today, made it 3-0. And late here in the second half, the Mustangs getting their only goal of the game today. Lakin Hink getting the goal assist to Caitlin Baker. And then the final goal today coming off the foot of Aso Akambar, her second of the day. That one came with about a minute to go and made it a 4-1 final. A terrific performance by Emma Johnson between the pipes for the Mustangs as they lose this one by the final score of 4-1. Your thoughts on this one, Mr. Munzing?
Well, last year the Mustangs went up to Fort Kent about mid-season and played a very strong Bengals team, suffered the loss. But Coach Rodriguez says actually it was the turning point of their season. Then they went on to a strong finish for the regular season. I suspect similar things are going to happen maybe earlier because this game is earlier this year. How do you get better? You play good opponents, and that's exactly what the Mustangs have done here. So we see the kids going through the line. Well-played game both ways. Wish the Bengals success on their season. Safe travels to them as they'll be logging some road miles for sure. And we'll be right back here with more action from the complex on Wednesday night. As we said, it'll be men's versus Husson, 6 o'clock. And then the big rival game on Thursday night as the Seawolves of Southern Maine Community College will come in for an early season test. And we'll have all the action right here on Munzing Media.
And for more on this one, you can visit cmmustangs.com. That's going to do it from here at the Athletic Complex in Auburn today. Again, the final score, Fort Kent 4 and CM Mustangs 1. On behalf of our entire Munzing Media crew, our broadcast team, Zach Bryant and Ron Munzing, my partner, I'm Greg Glynn. We're glad you could tune in. Have a great night, everybody.